What if a simple element used since ancient times holds a powerful immune supporting properties for you? What if? And not only that, it's misunderstood by so many people. Well, today in the classroom, we're diving into the science of bioactive silver hydrosol. This is my go-to when I need any assistance for my immune system. And who else to bring this information to us than Seth Quinto? I have had the pleasure of meeting him many times, and every time I meet him, I want to learn more and more. And this last time that I met him, he kind of saved my life. So we're going to be talking a little bit about that in a little bit, but just know that today we're going to find out how this bioactive silver hydrosol helps our immune system, and also we've been missing out on it because most people don't talk about it. So today I am going to challenge you to get as many notes, take as many notes as possible. Get your pencil, your pen, and your paper because we're going to take lots of notes so we can learn and grow together. And when you need a friend, you can count on me. I'll be right here waiting for you. Hi, my name is Lily McDermott, and I am a certified life coach, a certified holistic cancer coach, and the host of the Lillian McDermott radio show Classroom. If this is the first time in the classroom, please know I've been waiting for you. This is a safe place where you can go when you need a friend. It is my commitment to provide natural ways to heal, and it is my mission to make awareness, responsibility, and truth a part of our everyday life. And I hope you and wish you, my listening as well as my viewing friend, will feel empowered to embrace a new truth and live the life of your dreams. Well, yes, when you meet Seth Quinto, you're going to say, yep, I could see why you love talking to him or being around him. Or he attracts, he's like a magnet. He's a magnet. He brings people together and he shares such powerful information. And just recently in the Annie Appleseed conference, I had, I don't know, an attack. I don't know what it was. I couldn't breathe. And when I came out, he pulled out his Argentyn 23, which this is one of the products we're going to be talking about today. I live with this. So a lot of you ask me questions about what do I use? What do I use? Well, this is the product that I use in my nebulizer, and I inhale this and I put it in my eyes. I mean, I use it in my, now this is what I'm doing. Seth might say, don't do that, but this is what I do. I take my little mask for my nebulizer, put it on my eyes, especially when I'm getting dry eyes. There's so many different ways that you can use it. I've got my little arsenal of products, and I'm looking forward to you meeting Seth and learning how to learn and grow with this particular tool in your medicine cabinet. And since it is our sole purpose in life to give and receive love and knowledge, I am grateful that Seth Quinto is here to do just that. Welcome back. Well, actually, this is the first time you've been in the classroom. I just feel like you've never left.
Oh, you're so sweet. It is our first time doing this. We've seen each other plenty of time over the years, plenty of times, but never this. So, and we've been talking about it since we met. So thank you. Thanks for your patience.
Well,
thanks for driving it home. Thanks for not letting me go. You know, like we have to do this.
Absolutely, especially the last time you were going to be driving. And I'm like, no, I want you alive. I want you alive. And I'm glad that you're here and that you're doing well and that you're here to share this information. The time that people hear about silver, we kind of envision a blue man, or we envision the actual metal. We envision, I don't know, people don't even understand the power of silver.
That's a great place to start. Let's start there.
Okay.
It's a beautiful place to start, Lily. So, number one, we're a 26-year-old company, which means we've been on the market for 26 years. We're actually a 27-year-old company because we incorporated in 1998. Mm-hmm. In 26 years on the market, we've never had one adverse event report. Newsflash, if you turn someone blue, that's the epitome of an adverse event report. It's going to generate a report. of the adverse event of them turning blue.
Yeah.
We proved in our infancy that that was impossible, excuse me. We proved from go that there was no bioaccumulation of anything we make. So even today, the medical market, the medical community is like, no, it's silver, it bioaccumulates. We do not bioaccumulate. We're so refined in what we do and what it's about. At the end of the day, it comes down to serving humanity like you do. We all serve. Mm-hmm. We gift, right? We gift ourselves. We gift our knowledge, which was handed down to us. Dad, my father, downloaded this from the stars because we weren't the first people to use silver. We weren't the first people to toy with the idea of doing something revolutionary with silver. We were the first people to actually change a category globally, like it had never been done. There are lots of blue and gray people out there who've taken poor quality silvers and still do to this day, stuff labeled 10 parts per million. I ran into a woman recently using a product that was labeled 20, I think, and when we tested in the lab, it tested at 10. Wow. And she had a blue line around each fingernail, which was a presentation of argyria, blue and graying skin. Doesn't matter where. If it's the whites of the eyes, it's argyrosis. We just know so much about this stuff because it's part of what happens when you use a poor quality silver. We don't make such things. So I just wanted to kind of give that to you as a great opening.
No, I think that's
what you were sharing.
I want to talk about the blue elephant in the room. I just wanted to get that one out of the way because that's a huge myth. Because I have been told so many times, what are you doing inhaling this? And I remember the last time I saw you, Seth, I said something about colloidal silver. But before we start talking about that and this different brandings that there are out there, I would love for you to share about your dad and how he started this company, the Natural Immunogenics company.
Natural Immunogenics. Yes, okay. Natural Immunogenics was the brainchild of mom and dad when he was finished with decades in aviation. During our childhoods, he owned 3 different airlines. So he was very Indiana Jones as a father figure, right? Superhero, jet pilot, cargo pilot. I remember going to the airport with him at 4 a.m. to gas up a plane and fly out of Miami at 6 and do things like that. So just all kinds of great experiences that culminated in an airline called Northeastern, which was part of deregulation in 1978 and became, I believe, the 19th largest airline in America at the time in the early 1980s. It was gangbuster time. It was craziness. So from all of that to he's not going to be in aviation anymore, to a colleague from aviation says, Steve, have you ever heard of colloidal silver? That was in like 1995. And Dad's like, yes, actually, I've heard of colloidal silver. He had a colloidal silver swimming pool in France in the 1960s that he built himself. He renovated a manor home in France, Lily, in the early 1960s. And the pool was a stone cut swimming pool, still to this day. He sent us pictures of this place in like 2006. Magnificent, like a Loire Valley manor home, if you know what I'm talking about. Inset, intricate ceiling work with squares and all kinds of walls that were, 2 and 3 meters thick. Big stuff. The house was for sale for 35 million euros, I think, when it was nearly 2 to 1.
Wow.
The pool was a copper silver filtration system. He ran it year round in France in the 60s at 80 degrees with no chemicals. Never thought of it again, turned it over, made a nice profit, went and started his first airline in England. Never thought of silver again until that fateful day when he was finished with aviation. And his aviation colleague said, Steve, have you ever heard of colloidal silver? Boy, Dad needed something to do with his life. He was 65 maybe at the time, 65. We just lost Dad at 87 and a half, 2.5 years ago.
So sorry.
So, no, thank you, love. But, listen, it's the most difficult thing we do in life is lose. We're not losers. We're not here to lose. We're not here to lose anything. So to lose those we love is the most agonizing of all losses.
Yeah.
But what he left was legacy. Your dad left legacy. There's a lot of linkage here. My uncle, my dad's catalyst for aviation was his brother, who was the youngest B-29 captain in the U.S. Army Air Corps.
Wow.
So there's a lot of overlap here. He was killed at 26 in action in Guam.
Wow.
So he was
Sorry
13
about
years
that.
older than my dad. No, listen, we're all committed.
Mm-hmm.
We're not here by accident. We're here for a purpose.
Yes.
We live our purpose. I'm so honored to live our purpose.
And you do.
I'm so honored to share the purpose with you, because there's so much that we all share together, right? We're in this together.
Yes.
So very much happy to share all that with you. There's so much more to this, but yeah, the silver,
So he was told about silver, and now he's gonna start a company? How did it?
he builds a lab in his house outside the kitchen, and they live in Miami Beach at the time. This is really funny. Yeah, so he builds this lab. He falls in with a duo, husband-wife, at the University of Miami School of Oceanography and Atmospheric Sciences. And they have labs worth tens of millions of dollars, though. They've got scanning electron microscopes, transmission electron microscopes, atomic absorption spectrophotometry, pH meters, you name it, whatever you need. Truly refined scientific instrumentation. They have it all. He takes the deepest dive into silver that's ever been done. He goes and buys every bottle of colloidal silver he can find, starts testing it, looking at it under the transmission electron microscope, photographing the particle size, the lack of dispersion, or whatever appears, right, as the artifact, giving you an idea of what a drop looks like, what the solution looks like, magnified 110,000 times, 100,000 times, 135,000 times. We've done all kinds of photographic evidence over the last nearly 30 years now. It is 30 years. And all parallel to this, he's refining a manufacturing process at home. And he finally cracks the code on silver, which is the term I came up with. He cracked the code on silver. We make the world's smallest proven particle size, proven through microphotography, in the most uniform dispersion, right, as an array, because it's more than 98% actively charged. Colloidal silver might be 3 to 5% or 3 to 7% actively charged. So it's a universe of difference from what we make. They share nothing in common other than the materia prima, right? Whatever the matter is, the silver, and even that's debatable, because the only silver we use is 99.999. 59 silver. My life revolves around 5. 5 and zeros are my favorite numbers. Quinto, my family name, means fifth.
Mm-hmm.
5, right?
I love it. I
5, 9
love how
purity.
everything just comes together. I love how
That's
everything comes
beautiful.
together.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of divinity to this.
Yes.
A lot of divinity. I'm so honored to share this time and place with you, and all the magic that this is, because it's such a wonderful thing when you're aware of what we have, of what's available. The first thing that you restore in someone who has no hope is hope.
That's right. That's right.
Hope is everything. If you've got hope, there's possibility. If you're hopeless, it's finished.
So as your father is perfecting this,
Yeah.
did he think he had fallen into something? Like you said, he cracked the code. Did he know he cracked the code?
He knew
And
what he was doing.
and what did he think his product would be able to do?
Let me give you a little more background on Dad. He was a jet pilot. He was a cargo pilot. He flew big warcraft, DC-4s and DC-7s. This was a guy who really knew how to do things, make things happen. He barrel rolled a 707. That's like a DC-8, if you know what that is. That's a 4-engine passenger jet.
Mm-hmm.
He barrel rolled one once. So this is a guy who could really push limits and do crazy things. It took a jet pilot with jet pilot precision to latch onto what Dad did with a variety of things in confluence, right? He came from aviation, so hence that reference. There's so much perfectionism required to fly.
Yes.
I'm a pilot. I love it because I got it from Dad, but I loved his perfectionism. We're all perfectionists because of him. So it's something I honor. I notice every little detail, every little anything. I'm going to catch it. One of us, me and my brothers, we're going to catch everything. Nothing's going to escape us. And he took that same laser focus to what we do with silver. And we revolutionized something. And we've learned just about daily over the last nearly 30 years now, more and more and more about our product. daily, weekly. There's just more stuff you learn, more things are published. In 1978 and 1982, the Gallius papers published, the only ones I know that are kind of in the world, that the human body has two key receptor sites for silver embedded in neural myelin tissue in the brain. So you've got that, Gallius, Gallyas, right? University Medical School at Pech, Hungary, PECZ, Hungary. Meanwhile, academia is, the big names in alternative medicine. I'm not a fan, but the Andrew Wiles of the world say, no, silver has no role in human physiology. Let's unpack that one. No role in human physiology, but the human body has two key receptor sites for silver embedded in neural myelin tissue, the brain. Who put them there, Lily? God did, because we are created in God's image. I guess he made a mistake, and Andrew Weil knows more than God. See, I don't call him a doctor. A doctor teaches. If you're spewing misinformation, that's not teaching. That's propaganda.
Yeah.
We live in a world of propaganda. The propaganda is don't use silver, it's a toxic heavy metal. Use bioactive silver hydrosol. It is a non-toxic heavy metal that doesn't bioaccumulate and can never hurt you. The only way you could ever hurt yourself with anything we make is if you drowned in it or dropped a big bottle on your toe. I've been saying that for 25 years, though. I've been saying that for 25 years, Lily. We have never injured anyone. No one's ever been injured by our product. At 2,000 times the daily oral reference dose, our product has the same effect on your gut flora as water. So that's another misnomer. Oh, I love my colloidal silver. It's a natural antibiotic. First off, don't use colloidal silver because there's no science behind it. Use bioactive silver hydrosol, which is all science. And then silver is not an antibiotic, it's an antiseptic. It's the ultimate distinction because people don't understand. Biotic means life. Anti-living, antibiotic, anti-life. Antiseptic means anti-things that are septic, that are pathogenic by nature, bad for us, not good for us. So that huge distinction is everything. We live in the society. We've been programmed as a society. Antibiotic, antibacterial. We are bacteria. The human body is a very closely beautiful, especially in your case, sometimes more than others, the close formation of bacteria, viruses, fungi, protozoa, all kinds of life forms, right? We're crawling literally. It's who we are. It's the good ones that keep things at bay and keep things in balance, which is called homeostasis. We all seek homeostasis. That's the balance of life. That's when we have everything we need, not more. We're very simple beings in terms of what we need. If you're doing a lot of exertion, you need a lot of fuel. If you're not, you don't. You need a lot of water. We always need water. We need good water. Be careful of the water you drink. Be careful of the supplements you take. Floss the teeth. Only floss the teeth you want to keep.
All of them.
Exactly. Smart girl. I knew that.
Yes.
And your teeth look the part too. That's a great thing.
Thank
your teeth
you.
are a very big reflection of your health.
Thank
I
you.
always ask about teeth, of course.
Thank you. Well, okay, so you're talking about the bioactive silver hydrosol. Okay, so when you said he was introduced to colloidal silver, so let's compare the two. Why is colloidal silver no longer the terminology or what we look for in a brand or in that particular, I wouldn't even know how to.
Okay. Colloidal silver was first identified as something, I believe, following Carl Nagelli's. He was a Swiss botanist in 1893 who came up with oligodynamic. That's, from less more, just the premise. And then people started making their own brews. The people had been making brews once the discovery of electricity, adding electricity to silver and water, you could get something, right? So they made very crude formulations for a century plus of colloidal silver. They're still crude today. You can go on our websites, sovereignsilver.com, argentyn23.com, look in the site, do a search, compare us. Too close. Right? No, too close.
There we go. There we go.
That's better. It's still a little fuzzy. If you pull it back a little more, back towards you a little more. Yeah, down. You got to aim it down.
Well, we got to name it down. Okay, there we go. You know about placement, product placement.
Yeah,
there we go.
I do.
That's the sovereignsilver.com. Okay.
So if you go to Sovereign Silver or Argentyn23.com and type in the search bar, the search window, compare us, you'll get our whole comparative library. You'll see every brand that you think you know, here's what they say. That's a great one. What do they say? Look on their websites, pull their website up parallel to ours and see what they say about their product. It's great, and it's this, and it's patented, and blah. Okay, here's what it looks like under the microscope. Here's all the things they don't tell you. Here's the true concentration versus what they told you on the label. Get ready to be very surprised. You'll see things that are labeled 100 ppm, and we tested at 1. You'll see things
Unbelievable.
labeled at 10 ppm that tested at 40.
Now, are you testing it or are you having a third party test it?
We tested all in-house with validated lab equipment for this. Everything is calibrated. Everything we go through. We're the only NSF CGMP certified copper silver manufacturer in the world. We go through everyone's audits all the time. And we also do qualified third-party FDA registered accredited lab testing, especially for our bacteriological assays. But everything we have is always third-party validated.
Okay, so when I look at the Argentyn 23, which is what I was told is the professional formula. This is
It
what
is
you
a
get at the
professional.
doctor's office. But
Correct.
I'm able to get it outside of the doctor's office now. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. And
That
then of
is
course there's this one has 23
parts
ppm.
from, yep,
Yeah.
parts from,
And then this one has 10. This is the
right, parts
Sovereign
from.
Silver and it has 10. So let's talk about that. Do you want more? Do you want less?
Let's talk.
Because
Let's talk about that real
let's
quick.
talk about
And
dose.
no, but it's a great topic because I want you to understand what that really means.
Okay.
So many people, so many clinicians as well, rank and file, the people, the public. So many people have this misconception that parts per million relates to particles. It has nothing to do with particles. Zero. It relates to only how much silver by weight in solution. So 23 parts per million equals 0.0023%. Ultra pure silver, remember 99.999 ultra pure silver by weight in solution in pharmaceutical grade purified water. All of that is bottled in a pre-washed non-reactive glass bottle. For us, it's about cutting no corners. Particle size is proven through transmission electron microscopy, which gives us the photographic evidence of the particle size, which you'll see dried on a grid exactly as it would be in the bottle. It's a uniform dispersion, looks like a cloud, doesn't clump, doesn't bioaccumulate. It goes in, does its magic, and you get rid of it through phase 2, glutathione-dependent liver detoxification. Thank you. So the Sovereign Silver at 10 parts per million equals 0.001% ultra pure silver by weight in solution. And when I say ultra pure, when you refer to metals, 5.9 is also called ultra pure. There are no impurities in it. When we buy our metals, they land to us with a certificate of analysis. So we can supply anyone who buys anything from us a C of A, which is a certificate of analysis, disclosing everything about that batch that they bought from us, that originated with us. No one makes anything for us. We make everything ourselves.
And there's a level of pride when you talk about Sovereign Silver, Argentyn 23, and any of your products. Even the because I know that you have the copper product, but we're not going to talk about the copper product today. We
No.
will talk about it some other time.
Yes.
But let's just focus on the silver because I really want people to understand what they're
Next year.
getting. Go ahead.
Next year, gold.
No, no, next week, next
No,
month.
it'll be next year, but wait, it'll be magical.
Oh,
That's the whole
really?
point. Yeah, if
Oh,
we
wait
didn't
a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Did you just say next year gold?
gold,
I want to be in on that.
gold is God's metal.
And
Gold,
silver is whose
silver is the white blood cells. Look at the color of the metal. White. Copper is red blood cells. Silver white, copper red. Silver is your immune systems, your adaptive and your innate immune systems. Silver just drives them. Copper potentiates and expands the usable lifespan of your white cells. It makes your immune surveillance tip top. Absolutely spot on. You can use it prophylactically. The body loves silver. We have key receptor sites in the brain for silver. They're there waiting for silver. Silver is found in every source of water on the planet. every source of milk on the planet, grains, mushrooms. Mushrooms have the highest concentration of any silver,
Really?
any food we eat. And that's a funny thing because a mushroom's a fungus, right? And silver's antifungal.
Well, like cures
Fascinating. Yes,
like
yes,
cures like.
yes. So it's a very, and you can do a lot of homeopathic stuff with our stuff too,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
the concentrations are a hair above homeopathy. It might be counterintuitive. Our stuff can help you remove things in your body that you wouldn't think. Using our products, because they're so bioactive and bioavailable, really do lead to life-changing events. Oh my God. I get people who nebulize and they tell me I had a cough for 5 years. 5 years. Lily, who do you know with a cough for 5 years? That's a
I
thing. Okay, what's the exposure? What kind of mold are you living in? There's all sorts of things to
yeah.
right to look at. But nebulizing the silver, you can nebulize the copper too. Nebulizing these will just change a life. You will. I brought famous doctors back from a 5 year chronic cough.
Wow. Well, there's a lot of
That's
people
what
with coughs right now.
well,
So,
there are a lot of people with coughs,
yeah.
but the air is a problem.
Hmm.
These fog events were a problem. There was a
Hmm.
lot of people who did testing of the fog and came out and posted on social media. I had my daughter with me. I was like, come on, we're going home. We're going to nebulize some copper and some silver.
Hmm.
Why, Dad? Because the fog. Just, you know what? Prophylactically, we'd already had exposure. So at that point, it's not so much prophylactic, but it is because we weren't symptomatic with anything. But I just want to know we're getting some. And it's so good and it's so safe. I've been using it on my daughter since the day she was born.
I love that. How old's your daughter now?
She's 13.
13. Beautiful, beautiful.
You
Okay,
ready?
so when you're,
She's never had a vaccine.
oh, that's even more beautiful.
I'm just so blessed with her. You know what? She's the apple of my eye.
I'm sure you are hers too. So,
Ah,
okay, so when you're saying parts per million, what would be the equivalent? So if I wanted to take, like when I go to an event that you're at, I am always taking little shots, holding it in my mouth, and then waiting
30
30
seconds.
seconds. I learned that from you, straight from the
Did you?
master's mouth. And then I swallow it.
Well, correct.
Okay. When it comes to that dose, is that enough for a day? When it
You can
comes
dose it
to
throughout
the
the day.
sovereign
It's
silver, when it comes to sovereign silver, how much more do I
everything we
need to
make.
take?
You're not going to take more. You're not going to change. Sovereign's going to be 10 parts per million, no matter how much you take. You take sprays, you take a gallon. That's not going to change from being 10 parts per million.
Okay.
The concentration will remain. You don't need a lot of our stuff. What you do need, or what would help you, would be 2 or 3 doses a day prophylactically. I'm great. I'm in great health. I'm surrounded by people who are coughing on me, spewing all kinds of stuff and leaving nastiness in their wake.
Hmm.
You feel like you've got a little more of that lately than not. Maybe you can double that up and make it 5, 6 doses a day. Me, I'm at a conference. I'm dosing this stuff like, is it Vishnu, the god with all the arms? Because I always you watch me dose people, right? We're doing a lot of dosing with one of them, a lot with the other. But I'm literally churning them out all the time, and I'm doing doses with folks. You can't overdo it. Small amounts repeated throughout the day will give you great results. If you think you're coming down with anything, you can literally do a dose every 15 minutes or more. Every 15 minutes for 4 or 5 hours. That's 4 doses an hour for 4 or 5 hours. And you can do more than that if you want to. The bottom line is by that afternoon, whatever you thought was coming,
So a dose is 1 teaspoon, is what you're saying.
no, my dose is a tablespoon because I'm a big guy. Your dose
Okay.
is a teaspoon because you're a little love.
Okay. Little
So
loves
I
get
trigger
one
up or down
teaspoon.
dosing based on weight. Someone weighs around 100, up to 150 pounds, maybe I'll say a teaspoon.
Okay.
And then anything north of 150, I'm going to say, okay, 2 teaspoons, 200, I'm going to say 3 teaspoons, a tablespoon.
Very
Three
good.
teaspoons is a tablespoon.
Okay.
And it depends. It really depends on the person. Mostly when I do the communion cups, that's about a tablespoon measure.
Oh,
The point is,
really?
yeah, you can't overdo it. You're never going to overdo it. It's never going to be too much. Understand that the way out of the body for silver is glutathione dependent phase 2 liver detoxification. So in that, I just gave you the ultimate silver bullet for silver.
So
The
glutathione?
antidote to silver. Glutathione is the antidote to silver.
Say more. How does that
Okay,
mean?
so the way out of the body for silver is glutathione dependent phase 2 liver detoxification, which means we have to have glutathione, which we make. If we're immunocompromised, we make less glutathione. So then you'd want to preload a patient with glutathione. Dose them today, dose them tomorrow. Big doses of glutathione, right? Supporting the liver. I call it the liver's motor oil. Make sure everything's working optimally, everything's lubricated, everything's perfect, because you know that the glutathione store of the body, once you include the silver, is going to be taxed.
Okay.
So phase 2, glutathione dependent liver detoxification, and then solid waste, we poop it out. No bioaccumulation. Very important things. So are your listeners having good bowel movements? Are they having regular bowel movements? These are all very important things, right? Because if you do, you have good liver function. If you don't have good liver function, you've got other bigger problems. Then I go on, I defer to people like Robert Scott Bell, who I love, and Gershon therapy, organic coffee enemas, things like that, that are just fabulous, fabulous from time immemorial.
So if somebody is doing IV therapy and they're doing a glutathione, is it a push? Is that what they do? Is they do a
you can do liposomal oral glutathione. You can do a push. You can do all sorts of things with glutathione.
and
It's
then
available in a multitude of ways.
and you take it with silver. That's the
No,
better. No,
you
you
do
don't.
not take it with silver. No, you preload the patient for a day or two with glutathione, and then you start them on the silver day 3.
Okay. And what will
Unless
that do?
they're fine.
That'll
What would that
help
do?
with liver damage?
Yeah, it will help make sure they don't have a healing crisis.
Oh, I see.
A
Okay.
Herxheimer. Jarisch
Okay.
Herxheimer event
I
on
absolutely,
ATP.
but let's talk about Herxheimer reaction because I had a Herxheimer reaction not too long ago, and I thought, wow, this stuff is really good, and it was something I was doing, and I started feeling a little, wheezy, I thought my throat started hurting, and
Uh-huh.
it just dawned on me, I know what's happening to me, and I thought I was getting sick, but it wasn't that.
Not an anaphylaxis.
It wasn't. It was that
No breathing issue.
I was
Yeah,
doing something that was detoxing my body. And then once
your
I
liver's
realized I was
performing well.
having a Herxheimer reaction, which is for those of you who don't know what a Herxheimer reaction, this is just the healing crisis before the healing. This is what you feel really crappy before you get better.
So
Would you want to share it in a different way?
yeah, mechanically, what it means is everything's rushing for the liver, and the liver is not working optimally. So rather than get out, it's bounced back within the body. Think about that, right? All the toxins, this cloud of toxin making its way for the exit and finds a locked door. That's the easiest explanation I know for it. So glutathione absolutely facilitates glutathione, milk thistle, N-acetylcysteine, all the things that support liver, keep liver optimal. The homeopathics that support liver, go to the whatever store you go to, look up Boyrin homeopathics, the blue case, liver. Find things that are I love homeopathy. Homeopathy never fails. Drink a lot of good water. Good supplements. Niacin B3, flush. I'm a huge fan.
I
It's a
take it
great
every
thing.
night. Every night.
You really?
Yeah.
Good. A lot of
I've
people are like, no, I don't like the flush. It's great. Get
I
rid of
love the
this.
flush. I love the flush, but I've
I
been
do it
doing
for
it
the
at
flush.
night. I've been doing it at night because while I'm sleeping, I just work my way through it. But yeah, Dr. Levy put me on. I don't know if you know Dr. Thomas Levy, but he put me on this
Years.
yeah, for this protocol with for Epstein-Barr. So I've been
No.
doing oh gosh, methylene blue, riboflavin, um, uh,
Since we last saw each other,
since we yes, yes,
February. Good.
yeah.
How you doing?
Doing good. Within
Good.
15 days, within 3 weeks, my numbers started going down. It was
What
an
do we have now?
Epstein-Barr
Are they on?
recurrence.
Are they
Yeah,
almost gone?
I haven't checked again, but I will check again soon. But I
Silver.
was just
Use a
so
silver.
I'm gonna but I do the
Plaster
silver.
yourself with silver. Plaster yourself with the silver.
Okay.
Like throughout the day, 10 times a day, teaspoon, 10 times a day,
Okay. So that will
30
also put
seconds.
me
So
that will also
30.
help.
I think it will just take you to places you haven't yet been, because silver, its properties are so antiviral. Like the number one property of silver is antiviral, antibacterial, antifungal. Uh, anti-inflammatory, regenerative at the cellular tissue level. Silver increases ROS, reactive oxygen species. That's the cascade for healing.
Mm.
And it's such a beautiful annihilation blanket for anything that doesn't belong.
So when I hear you say that it helps with it's antiviral, um, so how would I take it? You're saying take 10 doses a day, but
Mhm.
I've been inhaling it through my nebulizer.
How many
Would
times a
that
day? One?
cons once a day? Once a
Yeah,
day,
that's
and
fine.
depending
That's
on how
good.
my lungs are, I might do it at the end of the day too.
Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. Gentle breathing pattern, a teaspoon, a half a teaspoon, whatever you're comfortable doing it. Whatever you're doing is great, and it's obviously great for you because how's your breathing?
I'm good. I'm good. I was
Wonderful.
on heavy duty asthma medication, and it
Until when?
uh, until for 9 years I took a drug called Xolair for nine
Oh,
years, and I received an EOB, and that EOB said chemotherapy, and so that was when I was beginning the show, and I started dipping my toe in natural and holistic,
uh-huh,
and
uh-huh.
when I called, I found out that that was the drug that they were giving me for asthma, plus Pulmicort and Asthmacort and rescue inhaler and all those things. And it was Andrew Saul. I don't know if you know Dr. Andrew Saul from Food Matters, who said to me during a commercial
Okay.
break, Lily, I can get you off your asthma medication. And that was in 2013. So I walked away from that after being shamed by my doctor that if I walked away from taking that medication, the asthma would come back with a vengeance and I
His
could,
money dried up.
oh yeah, it was
His
a
money
thousand
dried up.
dollar shot. Yeah, of course.
His kickback dried up.
Oh, not just with me. I
Was
mean,
it?
sure, but he had me sign all these things. It was a moment that will always be etched in my heart, and why I'm so passionate about this, that and why I've been wanting to have you in the classroom for a long time.
Thank
And
you.
now that you're here, I'm just so grateful. And I've never shared. I mean, I share that I do hydrogen peroxide, nebulization, because that's what Dr. Thomas Levy loves. And then
Yep.
when I met you, and I started putting colloidal bioactive hydrosol into the nebulizer along with the hydrogen peroxide. And you said you don't need hydrogen peroxide, so I stopped doing the hydrogen peroxide and just doing it because hydrogen peroxide can be a little stingy.
Yep.
And if I don't need it, I just like, okay, I'm gonna follow what
You won't get
like
any
said.
stinging out of the silver. It gives you a cooling, soothing effect.
It does, it does.
And if you've got someone who's really not well, that's usually accompanied by massive heat. You put a cold blanket on their heat, they're like, oh, you'll find it's so easy to do, and you can do it with children. There's no one you can't do it with.
Yeah. And
Whatever the
that
case may be. I
and
spray it right in my eyes. Look, this is a spray.
yeah, you were spraying it. Oh,
I'm
so
always spraying this.
well, you know what I started doing just recently because I was been having dry eyes, and so I took my little nebulizer mask and I just put it on my face, and I'm like, I wonder if Seth would agree with this to
Yeah,
do
I heard
it.
you say that in the intro, and I'm like, you know what? Not that I disagree. I have one with a mouthpiece, not the mask, because I
Uh-huh.
give it to folks that come. I usually travel with a nebula. I always travel
Well,
with
you
one.
rescued me when I had that little attack over there at the
Yep,
conference, and
very
it
happy.
happened the year before that too. But I didn't know you well then at that point. But and it was
You know all my friends. You know all my friends. You could have just stopped me and said, "Hey, I'm Lily."
Well, I mean, from the moment I met you, I've met you in all these different events that they've had in Florida.
Yep,
I've met you in so many different events, and it's so nice to be able to have this conversation and get to know you at more of a personal level, even get to know our fathers and how wonderful
absolutely.
they are in our lives, and what the
Mhm.
passion behind what we do as well. I mean, my dad never took even medication until when he
Oh,
was 70 years old. He had a procedure done. And they asked him, "What are your medications?" And he said, "One a day." He was taking one a day
yeah. When he was
vitamins.
balding. No, what
That was it.
garbage. You
I
want to hear
know.
something? I'm going to
Yeah.
share something with you. I have a friend who's a doctor. Go figure. One of his patients owned a porta potty company. You know what they found? One a day in the porta potties. They don't digest. And the other one is Spectrum.
Wow.
They're
I,
both owned
I
by
don't
pharma.
I don't doubt.
They're both owned by pharma. I think one is Pfizer, and I don't know who the other one is, but yeah, you can look them up. They're both pharma owned. They're nothing. It's fake labeling. It's fake everything.
Interesting. When I started doing this, I would call my dad up and I would tell him, "Hey, Daddy, why don't you try this?" And he was so open to it, and he would try different things. I had him laying on a mat for
A
that
quartz mat. I bet you did.
the what?
The quartz mat.
Actually, less expensive than that was the mats that have the
Amethyst.
oh no, 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 just the pads, the
Oh,
grounding pads.
EMF.
I just had
Oh,
a
grounding
yeah,
pad.
the
Oh,
grounding
that's
pads.
great. That's great.
Yeah. And
Grounding's great.
he would lay on the grounding pads and then somebody would say, "Oh, don't listen to Lily, she's crazy. Don't do that." And so he would get a little scared, but then I'd talk him into it. And it's like he was so open to it. And I'm grateful that I've incorporated that into my life. And I'm going to take a little moment because I'm going to continue talking about the purposes for bioactive silver hydrosol that we're talking about today with Seth Quinto of Natural Immunogenics Company, and of course that is the Argentyn and also the Sovereign Silver. And you can find those anywhere you want. I'm not getting paid for this. I just want you to know how much I love this product. And I want you to go to whenyouneedafriend.com and listen to the different ways that you can just love your body. As you know, my registered service mark is you can take a pill or you can take responsibility. It's not that I'm against the pill, but I'm for doing everything as natural first as you can. And then if you do, I mean, there's purpose for everything. And if you need something more, then you start building up to that. I just want to encourage people to be curious about certain things that you never even thought of, that fear was intercepted your logic. And nothing good comes from fear. You just need to know that. So go to whenyouneedafriend.com, check out the conversations that we've had through the 14 years that we've been doing this, and start learning these new truths. Go check out my sponsors. Oh, did I say subscribe to my website? Subscribe to my website when you're there and opt in when you get that email. Check out my social media. Like and follow me on all social media. Share this video with your friends because everybody, I mean, once we start talking about all the good things that this bioactive silver hydrosol is going to help you with, you too are going to start getting really creative, like I just did with my little mask in the morning. So just check out my sponsors and support them the way that they're supporting the classroom. Then also go to my Shop Now bag. These are all Lilly approved products from head to toe. And this is from beauty products to pain management. These are all things that I absolutely love that I want you to look into yourself to see if this is something that speaks to you as well. And then last but not least, you can become an enrolled student in the classroom. Help donate, help keep the classroom open and alive and well, teaching these new truths. So you can donate $1 or $1,000 a month, a one-time donation or recurring donation, which I am so grateful to all of you who help donate so that we can have wonderful people in the classroom and get them to be excited about sharing these new truths with you. And so please give generously. The Lord loves a generous giver, and help in any way that you can, whether it's your time, your talent, your treasure. All of it is appreciated. I even try to talk to you about the people that give $1. I am so grateful for that dollar. Anything that you can give is very much appreciated. Finally, on November 1st of 2025, I want you to know that we are doing the I Am the Solution Natural Health Summit for cancer and autoimmune disease. And the reason why we're doing this is that I've done the I Am the Solution Natural Health Summits, but that's for prevention. And I've noticed that in the last couple of years that we've done it, we've had a great crowd. It's been a wonderful thing. But I really would love the people out there that need to also reverse. I want people to know that our body is a temple and God created everything that we need for our body. And here we are with Seth Quinto today, that I'm hoping he'll be there at the I Am the Solution Natural Health Summit. Not putting pressure on him, but I'm hoping he's going to be there. But I'm only telling you that God has given us everything naturally to be part of the solution. He's given us every single solution that there is, and it's natural. And so I'm so grateful to you, Seth, because sometimes when our parents do something, we rebel from them. And
Yes.
I'm so glad that you have embraced this, and your brothers have embraced this with a passion, of not just of loving your father, but an intuition that comes with making the product better. And so thank you for doing that yourself.
And our mother.
Of course, of
And mom.
course, of
Mom,
course, of course, of course, and
the
your mother.
ultimate catalyst, the ultimate catalyst.
Hey,
She
listen,
she didn't even last 6 months after him.
that's right, that's right.
Months
It's
minus a
wonderful.
day, she joined him. So yeah, we were very much, as a company, a catalyst of the two, which I think mom was the drive and dad was the perfection.
Oh, that's wonderful. What a great combination.
Yeah, the
So,
velvet and the hammer.
which one was which?
Mom was the velvet and dad was
Oh,
the hammer.
okay, okay, because sometimes
No,
moms can
no,
be
no,
hammers.
no, no,
I'm
no.
just checking, just checking.
Mom was a great leader in her own way.
How beautiful to have that
Yeah.
kind of honoring of your family and your parents. So,
Hmm.
Bio-Active Silver Hydrosol. Let's just go through a list of things that people can use. What conditions would they be able to use? We talked about liver already, and how the liver allows,
Metabolizes.
yes, and so
Metabolizes.
and that we have receptors as well in our brain. So
Mhm.
let's say with people with dementia or cognitive decline, can this kind of bioactive silver hydrosol help?
Just with their immune systems, really, just in terms of maintaining them healthy physically. There would have certainly be roles with that. If you look at our label, immune support is the one structure function claim we're permitted. When you look at things like dementia, you want to see Dankeschön. You want to see heavy metals, toxic heavy metals. You're looking for mercury, aluminum. Are they full of all kinds of shots? That's going to be a thing, because now you're looking at all kinds of toxic heavy metals. There is something called chelation therapy. You can find it online. You can find someone good through, really, I encourage everyone to shake your tree. We all know lots of people. Who do you know? I happen to know more doctors than anyone, pretty much, because we've been in the space for so long. But I say shake your tree. Who do you know and who do they know? That's called shaking your tree, right? You find someone, a doctor, a nurse practitioner, someone who does chelation therapy. You'll always see me drinking Fiji water, because Fiji's full of silica, which chelates aluminum. So when I do my blood work, my aluminum shows very low. And it's not that I don't eat out, because I travel a great deal. I do eat out. We know in restaurants they use aluminum. We know in restaurants they use microwaves. I don't have aluminum at home. I don't have a microwave oven at home. But we have to be malleable, right? So 80-20, 90-10, that kind of a thing. I try to kind of live within those parameters. But the silver is going to have a role for everyone. All you have to do is use it, not be afraid of it. Bioactive silver hydrosol will never go wrong for you. It'll never injure you in any way. Colloidal silver is debatable at best.
I hear you. And I remember asking the question, what is the difference? And you said, okay, you pulled out pictures, you took pictures, you gave me an education at that moment. I thought, okay, I've always called everything colloidal silver.
No,
And
stop,
now,
stop. Look, let me show you.
mhm,
Because of the particle size.
there you go.
That is an
Yes.
Argentyn drop on whatever side of the screen it's on for you.
Yep, there you go.
That looks unlike the other artifacts that are colloidal silvers. They're all magnified 110,000 times and photographed. Those are on our websites. Compare us. So you can compare any brand you are familiar with, you are loyal to. If you're actually loyal to a brand of silver that's not ours, you'll become disloyal very quickly. You can do things with our product you can't do with another product. There are all sorts of clinicians who've written protocols using our product, because you can use large amounts for extended amounts of time and nothing bad's going to happen to you. No one else has ever proven that. So these, listen, we live in a toxic world. It's not about adding to your toxicity. It's about removing the toxicity. So that's what we're trying to do. And you're one of
Well,
the greatest hosts ever. So thank you.
nobody knows what's going on. Nobody knows what's going on. Okay, so let's talk about conditions because this is an immune builder.
Yeah.
Bioactive silver
Right.
hydrosol is basically an immune booster. So
Bash the pathogens. Bash. Bioactive silver hydrosol. The acronym is BASH. Bash those
bash.
pathogens.
It
BASH.
bashes anything that's out there and it helps your
It
immune
should be.
system. So when it comes to like autoimmune conditions, when it comes to cancer, when it comes to all these different conditions people are facing, people expect to get sick as they get older. And because that's what we've bought into. This is
Called
what,
programming. We're programmed. I know. So
yeah,
it's
we're
about
programmed.
breaking through the programming. Breaking through the programming. Number one, take care of your teeth. First, most important thing is your teeth. Nothing else matters. You can cure a patient by removing bad teeth. Cancers will be related to teeth almost all the time. There's
Yeah.
something called the dental tooth meridian chart. Make sure your listenership is aware of that. It's a graphic. You can pull up the picture. So the dental tooth meridian chart is a huge indicator. It tells you this tooth relates to these organs, this tooth, these organs, this tooth, these organs. You go up and down it and find the problems that they have. Correlate it to those teeth. Make sure you have a biological dentist. We are the only metal in metal-free dentistry. That's one of the things that gives me the greatest joy to share because it's a space we drove into, God, nearly 15 years ago. Non-toxic, non-metal dentistry. And I always, bridge medicine and dental. I'm always trying to bring medical and dental together. I ask every doctor to show who are you consulting with is your biological dentist. Who are you guys consulting with is your doctor for the patient. You got to bring all the teams together and do the best for the patient, especially in cancer. So our our silver will have great roles in cancer. The copper is a no for cancer because of angiogenesis. The creation of new blood vessels. So when you leave copper for another time, when it's not going to be a focus on like it is today, the silver is going to be great because it's white blood cells and it has all kinds of anti-infectious property, which is why we're the #1 selling brand in the world. Everyone knows us for being a performance brand that never fails and always delivers. That's why we love the fact that we serve you, Lily. You have it at home. You use it in your life. I'm just asking you to use it more. Don't be afraid of it.
You know what? I am. I use it on my skin too.
Nice. Good. Join the
Just a
club.
little, like just a little bit, you know. Yep, there you go.
Just a little
Show and
bit.
tell, show and
Yeah,
tell.
just
Okay,
a little bit.
so you've been doing this for a long time. I've been
Uh-huh.
meeting you at these events for a long time.
Yep.
You eat, sleep, breathe this information. You've probably have heard from doctors, you've probably seen it yourself, what bioactive silver um, uh, has done hydrosol has done in your what for people that people tell you these
I'm going to
stories.
share. I'm going
What's
to
your
share one.
#1 story that you'd
I'm
like
going
to
to share
share?
it with you. It just happened 2 weeks ago at the American Academy of Ozonotherapy in Dallas, Texas. That's Dr. Frank Schallenberger's conference. He's the
Oh,
king
okay.
of Ozo.
Okay.
You want to interview Dr. Schallenberger?
Okay.
I can introduce you.
Okay.
Um,
I'm hoping you introduce me to a lot of them.
I will
So,
be happy to. I'm
yeah.
very happy to. All you have to do
Yeah.
is ask.
Okay. Okay.
Um, this amazing doctor, medical doctor in Canada, tells me about a patient. This was a beautiful thing. He drew me aside at the bar. He's like, Seth, before you go, I have to share this. He says, I love Argentyn 23. Let me tell you a story, if I may. I said, of course, doc. So doctor starts and he says, I have a patient in the hospital for days and days and days in the ICU. And I don't know about it until the wife calls me. By which point he's been in ICU for days and days and days on IV antibiotics and IV antifungals. Lillian, his white blood count is north of 20,000, which is extremely high, and it ain't dropping. It's way up here. Days on end, days on end. She calls him panicked. Doctor, help. What do I do? My husband's dying. He's going into sepsis, which is what happens, right? You're going to go from that to multi-organ failure to sepsis.
Yeah.
He says, take a 2-ounce bottle of Argentyn, sneak it into ICU, put in his G tube. Wife does exactly what he instructed. The next day, his white count is down to 12,000.
Wow.
Day 2, it's down to normal. He's discharged on the 3rd day. That's one of the most extraordinary testimonials I've ever heard. And it tandems another one of my great doctor friends, who's an MD in Fort Lauderdale, who had a very similar story about a patient in ICU saved by a bottle of Argentyn when nothing else worked. So I've been able to say to clinicians for 24 years now, when everything else fails is when our stuff shines.
Mm.
Dad and mom created something for all time. So we're a legacy company, right? This has been around now. We're multi-generational. We're still same family owned. We're not for sale. We'll never be for sale. That's not what this is about. This is about giving humanity another chance when everything else fails. Look at the world we've inherited just in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
We're not going anywhere. We're here for the haul. We're here for you. We're here for us. We're here for everyone. This is truly life-changing stuff.
Well, I am so grateful. I can't believe this is the fastest 55 minutes ever in the classroom. And I'm so grateful that we finally got you to sit down and talk to us in the classroom and teach us the importance of the Bio-Active Silver Hydrosol. It is something that has been life-changing for me. And even he rescued me for that one issue that I had at the event. And so as I'm sitting there, he's telling me all about why it's different than every other product, even though this is the only product I use is the Argentyn 23. And I find it wherever I can get it. And then, of course, the Bio-Active Silver, the sister company, or it's a sister product.
Sister brand.
The brand is the Sovereign Silver.
Company.
Same company.
It's always the same company. This
same company. Sister product.
Dad came up with the name Sovereign Silver.
Yeah.
And Sovereign Silver funded the development of Argentyn 23.
That's wonderful.
So our founding mission was to restore silver to its rightful place in the pharmacopoeia, to give clinicians another option.
Well,
it's the ultimate bazooka option, right? Because there's nothing it won't do.
I'm telling you, for those of you who have never heard of this before, just give it a try. Just give it a try. Come to I gave away some of the products that Seth had given me last year. We gave them away at the conference, and I'm telling you, just give it a try. Go to your pharmacy, go to, Amazon, wherever it is that you get it, your doctor.
Sprouts.
Everywhere. I mean, you could Shop, Vitamin Shop. I mean, there's just so many different places that have it. You guys have done an amazing job spreading the good word. And I want all of you to know that this is something that I do for myself. I'm excited about this, and to have this conversation with Seth has been an honor. So thank you so much, Seth, for being here. You guys can go to sovereignsilver.com and then start your journey with this, and send me letters and let me know how you like it too, because I'd love to share them with Seth next time he comes on. And please remember, we'll be right here waiting for you worldwide at whenyounneedafriend.com. This is Lily McDermott and Seth Quinto wishing you love, peace, joy, and unexpected abundance. Make it the best day ever! This is great. Love it. That is the best ever.
The opinions and advice expressed on the Lillian McDermott radio show are intended for the individual callers and guests on the program and are presented to our wider audience solely for general educational purposes. Please act responsibly and consult personally with your own medical, psychological, or nutritional expert before taking any steps to improve your life.